Hello again, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I posted anything, about 8 months. I kind of took a break to get through my junior year of college, but I have some really exciting news. I've been planning this for basically a year now, since my sophomore year in college, and it took me a lot to actually want to do it, and I'm really excited to finally share it. Some people know about it, some people don't. But I've been throwing some hints out there on some of my social media. But I am going to be going to Paris to study abroad for a whole semester. So from September to mid-December, I will be gone in the lovely Paris, France. And I'm really excited, really nervous, very anxious. I just finalized all my classes the other week, and I'm still working on getting my visa together. But here are some tips for those that do want to study abroad and what you need to look out for. Learn the language of the country, even if it's just the basics. I have been using Google Duo, not Google Duo. I've been using. What are you doing? Oh my goodness. I have been using, I don't remember I'm using my phone. I've been using an app, what is it called? Duolingo. I've been using Duolingo to do all of my language learning, and I just do it like while I was riding on the shuttle from class to class, or like if I'm riding the car with my family, or during like my lunch breaks at work and all that. Make sure you talk with your advisor. So I talked with my advisor a whole year in advance, so we kind of planned out my whole junior year. So I told him I was interested, and I still went ahead and did it, even though I was still hesitant about going to study abroad for a semester. So I just went ahead and did it, and so I took a lot of my senior level classes this past spring. So that kind of helped me a lot. So now I only have to really focus on my specialty classes and also the last bit, like my internship and everything that my school requires me to do. Make sure you talk with other people that have traveled. I have had a friend who traveled and studied abroad, and she just left the other day. Stephanie, shout out to Stephanie. She just left yesterday or today to go to India, and so she is doing an exchange program. She just graduated in May, but she's doing an exchange program where she goes in, I forgot, it was like learn a language, and so she's going to go learn Hindi in India. And so she kind of like pushed me into wanting to go study abroad and everything, and put me into a lot of information and what to do and where to go, especially when it came to meeting with my global advisor, because we have separate advisors at our school. We have a whole global education department dedicated to students who just want to go study abroad and travel, and that's the same department that I used when I was going to the Netherlands as well. And so they're very helpful, and my global advisor, she's been like helping me, pushing me along with everything, giving me information for months. Shake off the second guessing. It took me a while. I literally had a breakdown maybe a month ago where I was just like, I can't do it. I don't want to go. I got homesick and I was at school. Like, it was weird. I've never really gotten homesick before, even when I went to study abroad in the Netherlands. But I was just like, well, how did I get homesick being at home? Well, being at school, but home is not too far away. And it was really odd in a way for me. And so I really had to like push myself, like, do I really want to do this? And would I be wasting all the time and effort everybody else has been putting in to help me with preparing. Plan to make money before you leave. So I was working an internship during school, and that I was using that to like cover my expenses of to get my visa and other things that I had to get as well. So for me, I already have my passport. I've had it for a couple years since I got my newer one, and I got that back in 2016. So that was one less thing I had to pay for, and that could be like $200. But I do have two processes that I have to go through for my visa for France. Most countries you don't have, or some countries you don't have to get a visa. Like my friend, she's going to Peru, and she doesn't have to get a visa, but I do. And that's also another thing. Make sure you know if you do or do not have to get a visa for the country that you're going to be studying abroad in. And then like for France, you have to go through two processes. So you have to go through this application called Campus France, and that could take 3 weeks, or you can get it expedited, and that costs about $190. And so you have to pay that, and then you have to go to the French embassy, or one of the French embassy locations, which they have them in I think they have them in like LA, Washington DC, New York, Florida, and like some other major cities. I think there's like maybe 10 or so. And so you have to figure that out. And then also make sure you book your appointment for to go see the French embassy location, because that can take a while. So the whole process, at a minimum, I would say takes about 2 months, maybe 3, depending on how things go, because it could take up to 30 days, I've heard, to make an appointment, or for you to wait for an appointment. And I'm still struggling to figure out how to do it. So I've had to Google and YouTube stuff. And I've also had assistance from one of the U.S. representative for the school that I'm attending. Suman, what are you doing? Do you want to come sit here? Yeah. Come on. Your education plan, I kind of already touched on this. Make sure you talk with your advisor and get stuff done and approved at least as early as possible. For like me, so like what I said earlier, I took a whole year to really get everything together, and like I had to take some of my senior level classes and all of that this past spring, just so that I could make sure that I was on track when I came back. And even though I was supposed to be on track, and I kept asking, how many credits do I need to be taking to each semester to be on track, and they told me 15. I still have to take an 18 credit course semester, because they keep I saw you looking at me. Because they keep changing our curriculum for some reason. Although I thought they were just adjusting for the upcoming class that's supposed to be coming in, of upcoming freshmen, but they keep adjusting stuff, and it messes up everybody else. And luckily, I did take the Netherlands class last summer, because that's one less class that I would have to take, because I would have to take 18 credits this semester as well. And I was hoping that I would only be taking 12 when I came back at the minimum, and that doesn't look like that's happening anymore. So make sure that you really understand and get a grasp. Unfortunately, I had to switch from my advisor, who is also a professor. Stuff didn't even get done until I had to switch to a professional academic advisor, which my school just started providing this year. And I'm kind of glad I did, because the work that I had been doing within the few months, it took my new advisor a month to get stuff together, and he couldn't even respond to me in a month. So like a lot of my whole process of my studying abroad got pushed back, because he didn't get my classes, or the one class that I needed, figured out if I could take it, or if it could be, I forgot what the word is, if it could be transferred over properly based off the syllabuses. And so come to find out, couldn't do it. I'll be taking elementary French while I'm there, and that counts as 6 credits. total. So I'll be taking 4 classes, but I'll be taking 4 classes, but it'll count as 6 credits. But that class is a lot longer. It's a 6-hour class a week. Yeah. So it's about 3 hours. I want to say it's 3 hours. I have to double check. I think it's 3-hour class that I have to take twice a week. But yeah, so there'll be a lot more videos posted about my Paris trip. What are you talking about?
Nothing.
So there'll be a lot more videos being posted about my trip to Paris, and I'll actually be writing blogs and doing more vlogs. That'll also be posted on the Global Education Center of my school, Marymount University's website. I'll be with one of the first vloggers and everything, and so that's really cool. I'm considered a global ambassador for Marymount University now, and that's kind of it. I can touch on some more stuff later in another video about my process of doing a homestay. So I'm staying with another family while I'm in Paris, and all of that, and more on the school and the process that it took me to get into the school. So if you are interested in that, let me know. I'll actually be attending the American Business School in Paris, so it's in kind of in the heart of Paris. I'm not really sure where I'm staying just yet, and everything. But yeah, thank you for viewing. Hopefully, if you have any questions or comments or anything, put it in the comment box below. Make sure you like and subscribe, please. And you have anything to say, Susu?
Yeah.
What do you have to say?
Hi, my name is Simone, and I got some few questions for you.
No, you can't give them any questions. The video is ending.
In this moment, she did not care.
It's not questions.
I got some few questions.
No, we're not doing questions.
What did you say?
We're not doing questions.
Why are we doing that?
I was explaining stuff and giving tips.
What did you say to me? What did you say to me at the end?
I don't know, Rebecca.